Dancing Lessons is billed as an unpredictable romantic comedy that centers around two complete strangers in New York City. The play debuts later this week at the Public Theater in Lewiston.
We got to speak with the actors ahead of their performance to hear what the show is all about.
It's a delightful little two-character play. It's very funny. It's kind of an offbeat romantic comedy. And I play a character named Ever, who is a professor and is on the autism spectrum, and is very concerned about he's being forced into a social interaction, which is his biggest fear. And he comes to Susanna's character to get a dance lesson.
Yes, hence the name of the play. Yes, and the whole play takes place over just a week, 5 days. Our characters live in the same New York City apartment building, but have never, for the past 7 years, but have never met. As it can go, I feel like I live in New York and I've not met a lot of my neighbors. Sure. And then on this day that we meet these characters, they're kind of thrown together and spend the next couple days bumping up against each other and actually forming a sweet relationship. Yeah. That's not that sweet in the beginning. Yeah.
Right. So this is a two-person show. And I feel like when people think of productions, they're thinking like, you know, the lights and the stages and the sets and all these people. Two people, it's pretty intimate. What is that like?
I mean, it's a good thing we like each other. Yes. Yeah. No, yeah. But it's been wonderful. You can go.
Well, Susanna's wonderful to work with, and it's great to really have be able to form a strong connection and really focus on that relationship. That's what the play is all about. It's about forging new relationships, and so it's nice to be able to just to concentrate on that.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm doing a two-person show. I think you've done that before, but yeah, it's completely its own experience. You have a real arc to carry through, and you're also like deeply dependent on the person you're on stage with. I mean, I think we had a moment in rehearsal recently where one of us, I could tell Jed was kind of searching for a line. It was a rehearsal, it was okay. And I found myself kind of going, you know, because it's like we're really in sync and dependent on each other in a lot of ways, which is a really beautiful experience, actually.
But mostly the play is a very familiar, a human story about two people who have been very isolated and trying to forge a connection, and that's
we can relate.
That's very relatable, yeah, right? Especially right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And this is the first time you guys have worked together, or have you guys worked together before?
Yeah. No. Yeah, we met when we got here.
We found out that we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yes, we grew up like.
What?
Yeah, we both grew up on the Upper West Side, like 15 blocks from each other, which is pretty rare, actually. And when we found that out, I think we both kind of stalked each other, like read each other's bios when we found out who was doing the show, and emailed, and we were like, oh my God. And we went to high school down the block from each other.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe our paths crossed at some point, but this was the first time and that we've worked together. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it's a very familiar thing of being in a city. You can feel very isolated when you're in a city of millions of people.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're feeling alone, that's the most isolating is when you're surrounded by people, and yet you are.
Yeah. But it is fun. I actually hadn't really thought about that we're doing a play set in the city, and we're both city kids, and we know what that is. You know, we know what it is to live in New York. Yeah.
So why should folks come out and see the show?
Well, it's a beautiful play, and it's again, it's about forging a connection after a period of isolation, and I think that's always that's a powerful in this moment.
Yeah. And
it's also a really, really funny play.
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet and definitely offbeat, but
yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like for me personally lately, I want to, like when I watch TV, when I choose my shows that I watch, I'm craving comedy. Laughter feels really healing right now. And it's really funny. And it's also, these are very flawed people, and that is very much exposed in the play. And in that way, I think flawed, but really vulnerable and relatable. And I think everyone can appreciate that. You know, seeing something true on stage and going, yeah, okay, I know what that is.
Dancing Lessons opens this Friday at the Public Theater in Lewiston, and if you can't make it to the show, they will be live streaming the play as well. We've posted more information on our website and our mobile app.